Alright, sorry about that. I just went on like almost a 20-minute tangent just gushing about the first natural selection game, and I probably gonna delete all of that. I loved the game. It was so good, and everybody agrees with me too. It's just sad that nobody plays it, and it's kind of. I'm not gonna lie, it's outdated now. It's from 2002, so I think it's pretty good for a 2002 game. And there's mods to make it look better, like xenomorphs. You can add xenomorphs to the game. But it's anyway. Sorry. The entire point of me bringing that up is because the Carar virus in Subnautica is the Kharaa from natural selection, and I love how they tied those two worlds together, and how they talk about that stuff. And you can see the gorges in this game. I think there's like a little gorge statue or something like that. I don't know. There's certainly a mention of natural selection in here. They talk about the frontier. I think there's like a join now kind of poster thing that and it's just an ad for the frontiersmen, which are basically, the space marines. And what is, there's like some kind of invisible obstacle there. Game still has glitches. Well, what do you want? Look at what they did with this engine. This is the Unity engine. Can you believe that shit? Like, look what they fucking did with the Unity engine, guys. Like, I can't believe it. So, it's not absurd that there's going to be weird glitches and stuff. It's a pretty limited engine, and it's not meant for this sort of thing, honestly. And they just took it and just were like, "Fuck it, this is our game engine." I'm impressed. This is very much on par with everything Blizzard's been doing with the Unity engine. What with Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone, but even those games don't even come close to approaching this beautiful first-person experience that we have here. And they have VR support in a Unity engine game. Can you think of that? I'm getting off topic yet again. I have been, like I said, I've been following them since the beginning. I've been following them since NS1. I doubt anyone remembers me, but I used to play Natural Selection with Flayra and the other guys, and I remember the gorge egg. It was an Easter thing, it was gorge in Natural Selection. To change life forms, you turn into an egg, and you upgrade by turning into an egg. And there was a big thing, you were a gorge egg, and you ran around on a map, and there was what was it? I think it was one Marine. One player started as the Marine, and they would come and look for you. And if they killed you, you turned into a Marine, and you'd help them find the other gorges. And the winner was the last gorge egg alive. And it was just so much stupid fun. And I remember doing that with Flayra and the guys, and I doubt they remember me. My name's iSuck. If anybody remembers me, I was iSuck. I'm still iSuck. That's usually the call sign I use in competitive gaming. Otherwise, I'm Tarrker the Newt. But Tarrker the Newt's more of a role-playing kind of talkative sort of thing, if that makes any sense at all. It's one of my Dungeons and Dragons characters when I was a teenager. Anyway, I'm so easily distracted by all the information I hold in my brain. But yeah, so the Carar and the Kharaa are apparently the same thing. Apparently you escape and you take a piece of the Carar with you, and it becomes self-aware, and at that point it becomes the Kharaa, and it starts mutating and becoming the creep, or not the creep, that's what they call it in StarCraft. But it's kind of a creep-like thing. Maybe I'll put some footage in here of it. But yeah, if there was some video there, that was the creep. If not, then I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm also still not sure what the hell it was called. Did it even have a name? I don't know. There was this yellow stuff. Whenever you would build a hive, which is what all the aliens spawned from, the hive drops the eggs, and the eggs turn into the skulks, the lowest life forms, and then you evolve from there. But it would spread this weird yellow goo all over the walls and everything. And they did more of that in Natural Selection 2, but in Natural Selection 1 it was mostly just a cosmetic thing. It was just kind of there in the hive areas. So okay, where am I going here? I think I want to dock with my base here. I have a lot of stuff to unload. Ooh, I need to eat and drink here. So okay, so that's what becomes the Kharaa, and it ends up becoming an honest to God life form of its own instead of just being a virus. And it's an interesting idea, you know, a self-aware virus that creates life forms from itself to defend itself. It's bizarre and interesting. That's the essence of good sci-fi, though. Stuff like that takes what we know and just expands up, you know, takes what we know of our world and what we know of the universe now and just expands on it. So here's the hard part. I need to I'm going to keep talking, but I gotta think about what I'm doing and putting stuff in the right places. Do I have a diamond storage? Yeah, here we go. All right, so that's the Kharaa, and where was I going to go from there? I'm not really sure where to go from there, but it's pretty cool. Do I have that? No, it's just the prawn suit poster. But there is a Natural Selection poster. It's got the...
Seek fluid intake.
Yeah, okay, anyway. It's got the military version of the prawn suit, basically, which is interesting. It's kind of an anachronism because from the narrative so far, Natural Selection is actually in the future of Subnautica. That's after the Kharaa has evolved quite a bit and has already become self-aware and is aware of humans and how they are. And if you think about it, the Kharaa and the humans are almost rivals in that sense. They function.
Vital signs stabilizing.
They function very similarly. And because of their similar function, they're at odds with one another, and so you have a situation where they kind of need to not just defend themselves from each other, but to fight back, you know. And it's kind of a moral dilemma in a weird sort of sense. And I don't know, it's interesting. It's fun sci-fi. I love it. The Unknown Worlds people are just such great writers. They have a love of classic storytelling, and not just that, but telling story through gameplay. Natural Selection was 100% a competitive multiplayer game, like Counter-Strike, or what's some other good ones? Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Halo. You know, if you play those online, I'm talking about the online components, obviously. Not obviously Halo and Call of Duty have their own single player. So I'm not even talking about that. Natural Selection didn't have like a single player campaign like that. It just had the multiplayer, but because you had the manual and the little tidbits in the game itself as well. I mean, there was, oh God, that's right. There's a fucking glitch where you can't access the inventory. All right, well. But anyway, there was stuff in the world itself where there was vending machines that you could. Oh no, that's the second one. But I do remember some things like computer consoles where you could read stuff, or just something where it gave you little tidbits, and just exploring the maps would give you an idea of the world that you're playing in. And just I love that idea of subtly telling the details of the world you're in through the gameplay itself.